I am Imani from Wakanda. I have been here on the planet for many moons and lunar cycles. Today, I'm going to teach you, my child, about vampires. They walk among us. Pale, eternal, bloodthirsty, yet hollow. But what if I told you the vampire isn't out there lurking in forests or castles, but inside you? Feeding, growing, whispering, waiting. Welcome to Darkstar Frequency. Tonight we enter the myth, the mirror, and the mind. From Nosferatu in 1922 to Dracula to Interview with the vampire has always been cinematic shorthand for the otherworldly, the dangerous, the desire we are afraid to name. They are aristocratic and ancient. They seduce. They consume. They do not die unless you intervene. But what exactly is a vampire? Let's list the rules. Avoid sunlight. Must be invited in. Fear garlic and holy symbols. Slain only by stake, fire, or decapitation. Drink blood to survive. They reflect no image. They do not breathe. Do not age. Do not sleep as we do. They look human, but they are no longer human. And therein lies the terror. The vampire predates Bram Stoker. Eastern European legends speak of the Strigoi, the Yupa, and in ancient Mesopotamia, Lamashtu, a blood-drinking demoness. In Greece, the Vrikolakas. In China, the Zhongsha. Every culture is somehow had a myth of the dead that return to feed on the living. Why? Because the myth is born from observation. A body that doesn't decay as expected. A disease that sweeps a village. A madness that passes from one to another, draining life without explanation. And so the vampire grows from fear of disease, death, and psychological darkness. Let's turn the mirror now. Not outward, but inward. Psycho-cybernetics teaches us the mind operates as a goal-seeking mechanism. If you believe you're unworthy, unloved, or doomed to fail, your subconscious will deliver that outcome. Napoleon Hill wrote, "Thoughts are things." Thoughts, he said, backed by faith, become powerful forces. But what of thoughts backed by fear? Now ask yourself, what if negative thought loops are vampires? They sneak in only when invited. They hide from light, sunlight, clarity, truth. They offer seductive lies that weaken your will. They mirror nothing, they have no truth asterisk of their own. They feed on your energy, leaving you pale and drained. Left unchecked, they grow stronger. More subtle. More permanent. And like the ancient vampires, they can make you forget that you've died inside asterisk. In vampire films, the worst thing isn't the bite, it's the loss of awareness. New vampires wake up, confused. Fogged. Strangers to themselves. This is no different than someone consumed by negativity or self-doubt. They move through life reacting, not living. Walking, talking, but no longer aware. And as Jesus said in Luke 21 verse 36, be always on the watch. Because once the mind is overtaken, it becomes the enemy within. And now you aren't living, you're repeating. Like the vampire, you no longer cast a reflection. You no longer question the scripts running your life. You don't even know you're gonna live. As the centuries passed, the vampire evolved. In twilight, they sparkle. In Blade, they run corporations. In Let the Right One In, they befriend the lonely. Each age reinvents the vampire to reflect its unique fear. And today, our vampires are mental programs, autopilot thinking, unquestioned beliefs passed down generationally, systems of scarcity, of limitation, of fear. They have moved from shadows to structures. They are no longer hiding in castles, they are in your comments section, in algorithms, in old self-images. Let's return to the myth. How do you kill a vampire? Garlic, purification, detoxification. Symbol of cleansing what no longer belongs. Star. Sunlight, awareness. The exposure of truth. Consciousness. Stake through the heart, a violent interruption of the pattern. Something deliberate. Focused. Surgical. Decapitation, you cut off its head. You cut off its thinking star. Do you see it? Every vampire killing method is a call to conscious action. So if you want to slay the vampire of negative thought, shine light on it. Journal it. Speak it out loud. Replace it with truth. Use repetition. Use faith. Use movement. Do something opposite to what the vampire wants. Do not stay still. This isn't just horror, this is real life. How many people around you are walking dead? Consumed by inner scripts that were never theirs. How many powerful souls trapped in mental dungeons because a vampire thought lives in their minds unchecked? What would your life look like if you never fed the vampire again? In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill said, "One comes, finally, to believe whatever one repeats to oneself, whether the statement be true or false." Which means, your vampire only lives because you keep repeating its name. Cosmic storm visuals. Thunder rumbles through a sea of stars. Tonight, you met the vampire, and maybe you met yourself. If this touched something inside you, don't just awaken. Share this message. Because somewhere someone is feeding a thought that's feeding on them. This is Darkstar Frequency. Stay conscious. Stay aware. And above all, don't invite the vampire in.